I'm going to start off with some rhythm playing concepts. Can't stress enough how important that rhythm playing is to your lead playing. Kind of overlooked by some. They kind of want to jump off into playing solos and lead, which is great. But when I'm putting together these courses, I realize that how much of my lead playing is steeped in great knowledge of chords and rhythm playing. And of course, it just also strengthens your time feel by knowing where to place your groove within the rhythm section. Can be so valuable. So what I want to start with, we're gonna talk about some chords in the key of G. If we're thinking of a G 12 bar blues, got your classic G7, C7, and D7 chords. Some of the basics that hopefully you already know, and if we don't, you can pick them up now. Now's a good time. So G7 there, C7 here, with in the root, being on the E string, the sixth string. So when comping and playing rhythm, you're wanting to support if there's a singer singing the tune, or if there's another soloist playing. You want to fill out the harmony, but not get in the way of what's happening at the front, whether it be the vocal or the soloist. So let's start with kind of the basic, kind of the Chuck Berry-ish kind of rhythm playing, and that's just rooting fifth and hammering onto that sixth. Move it up. Now, of course, you can also do that with the C and the D chord. You can have that be with a root on the A string. And then just those three voicings right there is plenty for you to play some great rhythm. And with the backing track that we have, I'm going to really suggest you spend a lot of time playing some of these rhythms. But in addition to that, now you can play the full bar chord as well. Sometimes I slide into it. Add a little melody. So within those phrases, I started adding a little bit of a melody. That was just with my pinky on the B string. So kind of thinking like a piano player, or even kind of a small horn section maybe, with a slight line going on behind the soloist. Again, not too busy, but enough to give it some interest. A few other types of voicings that I might use in addition to the basic bar chords. There's another voicing that I kind of base off this bar chord shape, but it's the note B, F, A, and D. It actually makes it a ninth chord, but it's real common in the blues. Do it off the other voicings. So that's what I use all the time. And you'll hear a lot of guys also, they'll slide it up a whole step within their comping phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when I slide that, I'm not actually articulating the lowest note on the A string, because that voicing is a little funky with that flatted note. I might not always intersperse those two voicings together, but you'll see when I play along with the track how it grooves along with the bass and the drums there. Now, another common voicing is the ninth chord. When going from G to C, that's a great voicing there too. You can also see where I'm sliding into the voicing every now and then. You can always slide in from a half step below or even from above. Couple more voicings. There's the 13th chord that just kind of came into play there. And I'll do that a lot. You can play it like that, you know, as a classic bar chord. Or I wrap my thumb around sometimes. So I'm only playing the top G note, F, B, and E. Jimmy, you know, Hendrix used to like to wrap his thumb around and make use of that to free up his hand to do other notes in that voicing. So, and there I'm adding the ninth on the top. That's the note A. Another real common thing to do, a slightly more ornamentative comping idea is again, kind of a piano playing horn section type feel where I'm hammering on from the B flat to the B natural. And then a little single note line. You can do that up. That'll go a long way. Again, just holding down the fort, so to speak, for the soloist or the vocalist. And the only other voicing I want to point out at the moment, and I'll go in and I'll play all these ideas kind of together with the track, is this voicing here, which is also, that's a G, but I've got F in the bass, B, and then E, which is the 13th again, the 6th. And there's the root. So. Kind of combining. That kind of combines this, what we'll call a dominant 13th voicing with that 9th voicing that I showed you earlier for the C. It's kind of a sweet spot on the guitar in this particular key. One more voicing before we go, and that's the sharp 9 chord. I like that a lot on the 5 chord, on the D chord, on the turnaround. So. So now I want to take all these rhythm ideas that I've just demonstrated, and I'm going to play them along with the backing track. I've got a shuffle set up in the key of G for the key that we're in, and I'll start off simply with some of the more classic Chuck Berry-ish ideas and build through the different voicings that I would normally use in the context of playing rhythm guitar over the 12-bar blues. So here we go.